Speaker, for that reason, while it looks juicy and it looks very good to the gallery to have that intense cross-examination such as we saw of the mover of the motion, Mr. Speaker, it is irrelevant. It is highly irrelevant, and to the untrained eye, they might think you are achieving much, but you are not achieving much. It must be remembered that the impeachment here is of the deputy president, not the mover of the motion. So however much you discredit the mover of the motion, you do your client no justice when you do not address the substance of what is moved. Mr. Speaker, allow me to refocus on Article 150. Article 150 makes a very important distinction. And I heard the lawyers of the deputy president saying that, there is precedent. There is no precedent in our courts in terms of impeachment. There is precedent in terms of removal from office of governors under Article 181. The word used is removal. The word impeachment does not appear in Article 181. But when you come to Article 150, two words are used. You can remove the deputy president first, Mr. Speaker, under 151A, under 151 is removal. To that extent, the question of removal in 151, you can use the same standards in Article 181. But B, it says, or on impeachment. There is no other provision for impeachment, and we have not undertaken impeachment in this country. For that reason, Mr. Speaker, while the wording might look similar, the principles are different. Because for removal, for example, under 151, it's a strict legal process. You have to show and demonstrate that the deputy president has physical or mental incapacity. But when it comes to impeachment, it's a different matter. It's more of a political matter. Mr. Speaker, impeachment is a demonstration of impropriety, of unfitness for office, of it's taking political responsibility. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, in a representative democracy, it is the way of unvoting someone you had voted. Otherwise, you would be having a fresh election to decide, should we now remove this person from office? It is too expensive. The fact, Mr. Speaker, that you have 82% in the National Assembly voting for impeachment and 2/3 if it succeeds in this House, you translate it to the millions that it represents. In the National Assembly, 82% translate to about 42 million out of the 50 million Kenyans. That is a significant number. Mr. Speaker, if this House is equally to vote, you translate it to the equivalent number of people it's representing. It is not a heavy matter. If it was any less, it would have been a decision for a single judge. Mr. Speaker, allow me to address two things, then I sit, in terms of substance. One, you have 11 charges. 4 of those charges oscillate around one issue, and that is the utterances by the deputy president. And the charge is he made insightful and discriminatory utterances to the effect that only those who voted for the Kenya Kwanza are entitled to resources and positions in government in Kenya. That is the summary of that charge. That charge is contained in ground 1, ground 5, ground 6, and ground 10. I want to submit, Mr. Speaker, that if you find even only that one charge to have been satisfied, then